Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary, and this is another What's on the Paint Bench. And as I said in my last video, these are again BlackTree Design Ancient Assyrian slingers. Now, I don't know if I'm just going to zoom in. I'm still getting to grips with my new camera, but you can see that these helmets are different from the previous ones. Let me just give you a right. So they're the ones I'm using for ancient Assyrians or Babylonians, but these ones, they come in the same pack. But when I saw them, I thought, oh, this is a really good opportunity to use. I'll just zoom out so you can look at them all again. Yeah, to use them as a different warband or figure or area, range, nationality, whatever you want. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these probably as Euryterian. I don't know if I've pronounced that right, but I'll get better as I read more and more. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use these. There's also some cavalry, which is similar situation. BlackTree Design also have some cavalry, also with round helmets. So I can use them both for the faction that I'm going to, that I want them to represent. So I think that's a really good idea. Again, as always, beautiful. I think they're beautiful figures. I really do. Lovely, lovely figures. These are, you'll notice these, although I've placed them on the stands at slightly different angles to make them look slightly different, they are all actually the same pose. But I'm alright with that. If it means I get another faction to use, because there are lots of factions to represent in Mesopotamia and Persia and Egypt and all the other places that were that fought against the ancient Assyrians. So it's an opportunity. I think it's a really good opportunity to use them for that. So that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, so where was I? So I said nice figures, again, easy to paint. The details very good, I think. If I zoom in on that guy, I mean, in actual fact, I can do that, and then look, my new camera. I'm loving my new camera. And then just go along there. Yeah. So yeah, very nice. Again, these were on, I got these in the same batch, so £3.49 per 4 figures. So a pack of 4 was £3.49. Less than £1. Less than £1 for per figure. That is really good. I suppose I can do, because this is quite because I wasn't sure if I was going to do this video. But I'm glad I have, because it's given me a little opportunity to talk a little bit. I got caught out a little bit, not by BlackTree. Like, the more I read about ancient Assyrian history, I was under the impression that the mainstay of the Assyrian troops would be spearmen. Yeah, why wouldn't I? I mean, that's because most other nations used spearmen. Even our own, even if you look back in our history, when we had developed to this stage, we were using mostly spearmen. Then more and more archers came in for us. But with ancient Assyria, they didn't use mostly spearmen. They had spearmen, but mostly it would be slingers and archers. That was their main bulk of the army, was archers and slingers. From what I've been reading, I'm reading. There's 3 resources I'm using, but I'm also looking at engravings. So if I read something where it says the main troops used by ancient Assyria at this time was archers and slingers, what I do is I go and have a look at the engravings to see if that actually supports what the text is saying. And it does. When I looked at the British War Museum, the British Museum, and also, I mean, you only have to put in ancient Assyrian engravings on the website, and then you come up with thousands of them. But but it backs it up. The engravings show a lot more archers and slingers than they do spearmen, a lot more. So it would, therefore, you know, it's a reasonable assumption to make that they actually used more archers and slingers. So now I didn't know that. And there's me. I went and I've bought a whole army of ancient Assyrians with in my mind that they would use mostly spearmen. No, not so much actually. So I'm going to have to, excuse me, I'm going to have to buy a whole load more of slingers. Now, I say slingers because I didn't see any archers in BlackTree Designs in their range of ancient Assyrians. So if you're listening, two things, get some archers out. Also, you'll notice that these aren't armoured troops. These don't have armour apart from the helmet. And the ancient Assyrians, even the slingers and the archers, often used armour. So if BlackTree, if you're watching, two things there you could do if you want. Get some armoured archers and slingers out, and also produce some archers. Okay. So yeah, so that's my. How surprised was I? But you know, I've looked into it, and you know, research bears out that that would be the mainstay. So that's what I'm going to do. Very clever, the ancient Syrians. They were leagues ahead of their enemies, to be honest, who copied them later on. But what they would do is they would put the archers in the front rank, slingers in the rear rank. The slingers would fire over the archers, so that the archers would fire straight into the ranks. So if you put your shields in front of you to protect you, the slingers would then, and they were very expert at propelling their lumps of stone or whatever they used. I don't know what they used. I'll have to look into it. But yeah, they would propel them over the heads of the archers, so that these objects, that these weapons, these missiles, let's say missiles, these missiles would come down from above onto them. So you were kind of faced with a very difficult prospect of defending yourself against straight on archers and slingers who are throwing their missiles up high. So very clever. I'm going to go more into the history in some other videos because I enjoy it, and I also know that you guys seem to enjoy it. I say this because you keep telling me you enjoy it. So that's that video done. I'm going to, my next video will be another what's on the paint bench video, and this time it will be looking at cavalry. So all the best, thanks for tuning in again, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care, bye.